Hey everyone, my name is Ridhima Sharma and welcome back to my channel. Today we are illustrating a sweet little spring flower Muscari in a super simple way using Procreate. It's a beginner friendly, calming and perfect for the spring season. Let's get started. So I have taken 3000 pixels by 3000 pixels at 300 dpi for this project. So it's a square canvas. For the brush, I will be using sketching pencil first, and I'll take the black color. Okay, so first thing first, let's put the reference picture. So I'll go to actions, that's the wrench icon, canvas, go to reference, and then click on image and import your reference image that we just took out from my backyard. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is see the basic structure of this flower. Okay, so I can see it is looking something like this, and then we have a stem coming out like this. Okay, that goes all the way to the top. Okay, so this is like very basic structure of how we are looking at the image here. So now I can go on this arrow icon, so everything is selected. I can rotate it, I can increase the size, decrease the size, any way I want. Okay, so I'm just going to rotate it and play with the size. Yeah, once I'm happy with it, just click on this arrow icon and the nodes will disappear, and this is the basic shapes. Now coming to the shapes that we see for each bulb that we see. Okay, so I'll start working on the basic position and the shape. Because we are doodling, we are not creating like exact same style. So in doodle, basically everyone wants to see what you see as an artist. Okay, so here I have just made some scribbles, the circles to understand how the position of each bulb is, which one is on top, which one is not. Okay, and for the leaves, I think these are just simple grass like leaves, so I'll just put some leaves here. Now this is my layer 1. I can rename it as sketch, create a new layer on top of it, reduce the opacity of the sketch layer by tapping on this N icon and then reducing it to maybe 30%. Then on layer 2, this will be my outline, and then I'll take a textured ink, or you can use a dry ink brush. The size is at 6%. Yeah, looks nice. Okay, so it's time to refine all the shapes that we have just created. So for this one, I'll just quickly zoom in. Okay, so let's do this first. Okay, now you can see there's like small opening down below, right? There are so many different ways to do that. Okay, to do that, what you have to do, just create the basic shape. Now this one is somewhere like elliptical, so I'll go with this. Okay, now the bottom part, there are many different ways to do it. Instead of creating that, I can make it super simple. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just create a flower like this. Now this is super simple. You can go for a flower shape like this. You can reduce the size. Let's go and reduce the size here. So I'll reduce the flower size just a bit and place it wherever I want. Once I'm happy, I can tap on that arrow icon again and it's done. So this is one way to do it. Another is just make the shape like this. Like this. So this will give you a little bit of sharp kind of feel to it. When you make things round and spherical, they have smooth edges, it gives an expression that it's cute. So I think I will go with this one. So I'll use same texture brush as my eraser, quickly erase this portion and create that same 5-petal flower. So in the same way, I'm gonna do all rest of the buds. So once I'm happy with the shapes, I'll start working on the stem portion, and we can see we have already drawn that. So I'm just refining the sketch here. One reason that why I kept this portion a little bit thicker, because we can see it's not that thick, okay, because I want to add eyes and mouth to it. So to do that, I'll just go and simply create cute little eyes with a white smile, and that's it. Once I'm happy with the outline, I can simply either delete the sketch layer or just hide it. So this is my final outline, and I can write the name as well. Now it's time to color it. To color that, I'll create a new layer below the outline layer. So this outline layer, I'll create a new layer by selecting the sketch layer, tapping on the plus icon. I'll reduce the opacity of outline layer to somewhere around 30-40% maybe. Okay, just so you can see on the screen as well. Okay, so how to pick colors. First thing, this layer 4, let's rename it as color palette. You can go to your color wheel and you can decide like, okay, this is a purple one, so I'll go somewhere here. It has more blue in it, maybe push it towards blue, and then you can select any color from this. Okay, you can do that, or you can just simply tap on your reference layer and you can pick color directly from the picture. When you do that, usually the colors, when you pick the colors from the picture that you have taken, it is a little bit muted, okay, but when you want to put that on your artwork on your iPad, so just make sure to make it a little bit more saturated. Okay, so to do that, you can push this color towards the actual color. So this is the hue, and you can push it just a little towards that. Okay, another way to do it, just go on the classic view and you can go on the middle bar that you see here. That is your saturation. You can increase or decrease it any way you want. Okay, so I'll go to disk view and I'll increase the size of the brush, and this is the color that I have. Okay, so whenever picking color, make sure you pick a middle tone. So this is your middle tone. So this is the middle tone, this is the light color, this is the dark color. Okay, apart from this, what else we need this lighter shade. So this somewhere looks around like this color, but we still need a lighter shade of this. So for this one, I'll go more towards white and I have a lighter shade. Then I'll go towards black and I have a darker shade. Okay, and then we have this green. Just tap on the picture, take the green. This looks nice, but I like to make it a little bit more saturated. So this is my middle tone. Now we have this a little a reddish kind of tone in here. I can pick color directly from here. So for the leaves down there, you can pick any color like this one, more towards radiant green. So this is our color palette. To create your color palette, you can go on the color palette, click on this dot, go to your color palettes, click on this plus icon and create new palette. So you will see you can have this color palette on top. Now you can rename this as Muscari. That's totally up to you what you want to name it. And then we'll put all these colors in this color palette. So how to do that? Just tap on the middle tone and tap in the middle here. Take a darkened tone. I'll tap on the lower part, take a lighter tone and go there. So here is your Muscari color palette. So I'll create a new layer on top of it and then I'll start coloring it. So first thing what we have taken is this middle tone and I'll color each of these buds in this color. I'll go with the red colored pencil textured. I have this brush that I've created that creates different shades every time I lift a pencil. Okay, so just you can see like this is the color. So every time I lift pencil, it's gonna change color just a bit. It'll stay in the same hue, give you just like different color shades of the same hue. And yeah, this is super amazing brush. I have this textured one, I have a smooth one, so you can use dry ink brush, that's totally up to you. Okay, so once this is done, I'll create an I'll rename this one as buds. Okay, I'll create a new layer below this to create stems, stem and leaves, and I'll create a new layer on top of the buds layer to give like small flowers. So I'll just write flowers. So let's start with the flowers first. Okay, so for these I took a middle tone, this one. Okay, and I'll simply reduce the size of the brush and create flowers like this. Okay, so flowers are done. Then I'll create then I'll go to the stem and leaves layer and take the middle tone, this one, and add strokes like this. So this is the basic colors that you have put in the artwork, and when you remove the outline, this is what you see. So even if we don't have any outline, this still looks pretty good because of the brush that I've used, because with each stroke it changes color, and that's why we can see the differentiation here. Okay, so I can turn on the outline to see things better. Now let's try and add shadows and highlights. To do that, I'll go to the buds layer. So we'll be doing shadows and highlight for this layer first. I'll create a new layer and rename it as buds shadows. Tap on your layer and you'll see this menu popping up. Just click on clipping mask. So when you do that, you can see a little arrow icon pointing downwards. That means that this layer is clip masked on the layer below. So anything that I draw on this layer will only be visible on the areas that are already drawn on the layer below. Okay, so for the shadows, this was our middle tone. I can take darker color for the shadow, of course, and then start adding the shadows. To add the shadows, I'll reduce the size of the brush and start adding shadows on the edges like this. And then using the same brush that you're using, I'm using the same color pencil. If you're using drying brush, use the same brush to smudge out these areas. So you just have to smudge little like this. If you want very smooth smudges, you can go for an airbrush. So when I hide the outline, so you can see how this shadow works here. Okay, so this is with shadow, and if I hide the shadow, this is how it looks. Similarly, I'll add highlights to this bud as well. So to do that, I'll create a new layer on top, rename it as buds highlight, tap on the layer and click on clipping mask. Now our highlight color was this lighter shade, and I'll take the same brush, add one stroke here, and then smudge it. So this is the highlight. If you feel it's getting too dark, like too light, you can play with the opacity, and I think I want a little bit more lighter shade, so I can change the blend mode to screen. You can work around with any color that you want, like this looks good, this looks good as well. So you can play around with what kind of color blend mode you want. So all of these are blend mode. Similarly, what I did with these set of buds, I'll do with rest of them. So here is the final result. I have played with the blend modes, and for the buds shadow I have chosen multiply. You can reduce the opacity if you feel like it's getting too dark, but I like this one. And for the buds highlight, I have chosen the color dodge. Although I like these extra strokes that I have, it gives very paint kind of effect to it, but if you don't like that, you can smudge it out a bit and you are good to go. So this is the upper part. Now coming to the flowers, I think I missed one here. Same thing I can do with the flowers and the stem and leaves. So I'll take this brown color first and just add few strokes here and smudge it out. And then I'll go with the darker shade. Change the blend mode to multiply. Create a new layer. So for the leaves, I have taken this dark color. For the highlights, I'll take the lighter shade. I can change the blend mode of this to color dodge. I really like how this pops up. Okay, I will be adding a little bit of details to the flowers, not too much of highlight and shadows because these flowers are too small for that. Okay, so I'll create a new layer on top of it and flower details. Tap on the layer, add clipping mask. So for this, we have taken this light color. I'll hide the outline layer just to see like where I'm drawing. Okay, and I'll simply add same flower like this. So what I'm doing here is I can see like this one looks pretty different and have a very light and eye-catching base to it. So I'm just adding like this. And then I'll create a new layer on top and rename it as details. So details will be like creating eyes. So you just take a black color. Maybe you can add some lines to this one as well. So you just use the darkest shade and you can add some lines like this. You can see I'm not adding like too many lines, just simple like few strokes just to give an texture to each bud. And I think we are done here. I'll hide this outline layer. I'll hide this color palette layer. Maybe I can give a background to this one. I'll create a layer below all the layers, so that's below the stem layer, and then I can go and take any texture that you have. Let's take in the spray paints, you can use any sprays, or in artistic you can go with hearts. And to add a background, you have to go with the complementary color or a color that does not mute this illustration. Okay, so I'll pick up a color from here and I'll go to harmony, and you can go for complementary, split complementary, analogous, triadic or tetradic. So I think this one looks good.
That's it. Your first spring flower Muscari is ready. If you like this tutorial, give it a thumbs up and let me know what flower I should draw next. Don't forget to subscribe for more sweet Procreate tutorials every week. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated to all my upcoming videos. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.